Welcome back my channel Old Cryptocoin, a new video in the world of coin collecting. Few small pieces of metal carry as much history, artistry, and mystery as the Liberty One dime coins of the United States. These tiny silver coins, often overlooked because of their size, actually represent some of the most beautiful and historically rich designs ever minted in American history. Today, we are going to explore not just one, but two incredible Liberty dimes that have fascinated collectors for generations. From their design and symbolism to their rarity and value, this journey will reveal why these coins are far more than just pocket change. Let's begin with the first coin, the famous Liberty seated dime. Introduced in 1837, this coin marked a major shift in American coinage design. The image of Lady Liberty seated on a rock, holding a shield and a staff topped with a Liberty cap, symbolized strength, freedom, and stability. At a time when the United States was still growing and defining itself, this design sent a clear message to the world. America was strong, independent, and here to stay. The reverse of the coin featured a simple yet elegant wreath surrounding the denomination one dime, giving it a balanced and classical appearance. What makes the Liberty-seated dime so fascinating is not just its design, but its long production history. Minted from 1837 to 1891, it went through several modifications, including the addition of stars, arrows, and even changes in weight. Each variation tells a story about economic shifts, political decisions, and the evolving needs of the nation. For collectors, these small differences can mean everything, as certain years and mint marks are incredibly rare and valuable. Now, let's move to the second coin in our spotlight, the iconic Mercury Dime, also known as the Winged Liberty Head Dime. First minted in 1916, this coin is often mistaken for the Roman god Mercury due to the wing cap on Liberty's head. However, the design actually represents freedom of thought, a powerful and timeless concept. Created by renowned sculptor Adolf A. Weinman, the Mercury Dime is widely considered one of the most beautiful coins ever produced by the United States Mint. The obverse of the Mercury Dime features a young Liberty wearing a wing cap, symbolizing intellectual freedom and progress. On the reverse, a fasces, a bundle of rod with an axe, represents unity and strength, while an olive branch signifies peace. Together, these elements create a powerful message about balance. Strength through unity, guided by peace and freedom. The Mercury Dime was minted from 1916 to 1945, a period that included both World Wars and the Great Depression. As such, it witnessed some of the most challenging times in American history. Coins from certain years, such as the 1916 Mercury Dime, are extremely rare and can fetch thousands of dollars at auction. Even common dates in high condition are highly sought after due to their beauty and historical significance. Now, you might be wondering, what makes these two Liberty Dimes so special compared to other coins? The answer lies in a combination of artistry, history, and rarity. Both coins feature Lady Liberty, but in very different forms. The seated Liberty design reflects a young nation finding its footing, while the Mercury Dime represents a more modern America, focused on progress and freedom of thought. Together, they tell a story of evolution, of a country growing stronger and more confident over time. Another important factor is the silver content of these coins. Both the Liberty-seated dime and the Mercury Dime were made primarily of silver, which adds intrinsic value. In today's market, silver coins are always in demand, not just for collectors, but also for investors. However, the true value of these dimes often goes far beyond their metal content. Condition, rarity, and historical significance can turn a simple 10-cent coin into a prized collectible worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. Let's talk a bit about grading, because this is where things get really interesting. The value of a Liberty Dime depends heavily on its condition, which is graded on a scale from poor to mint state. Coins that have been well preserved, with sharp details and minimal wear, are far more valuable. For example, a worn Mercury Dime might only be worth a few dollars, while a mint condition example could be worth hundreds or more. The same applies to Liberty-seated dimes, where rare dates and high grades can command impressive prices. Mint marks also play a crucial role. Coins minted in different locations, such as Philadelphia, Denver, or San Francisco, can vary significantly in rarity. A small letter on the coin can make a huge difference in value. For collectors, finding a rare mint mark is like discovering hidden treasure. Now imagine holding one of these coins in your hand. It may be small, but it carries decades of history. It may have passed through countless hands, witnessed major events, and traveled across the country. Each scratch, each mark tells a story. That's the magic of coin collecting. It connects us to the past in a very real and tangible way. For those interested in starting their own collection, Liberty Dimes are a fantastic choice. They are widely available, come in many variations, and offer something for every budget. Whether you're searching through old coin jars, visiting coin shops, or browsing online auctions, the thrill of finding a rare piece is unmatched. In conclusion, the Liberty One Dime coins, both the seated Liberty Dime and the Mercury Dime, are true masterpieces of American coinage. They represent more than just money. They are symbols of freedom, strength, and progress. Their designs capture the spirit of their times, and their stories continue to inspire collectors around the world. So the next time you come across an old dime, take a closer look. You might just be holding a piece of history. Step one when we talk about small coins with big stories, the Liberty One Dime, especially the 1985 P. Roosevelt Dime, stands out as a fascinating piece of American history that many people overlook. At first glance, it may seem like just another everyday coin, something you might find in your pocket or loose change jar. But when you take a closer look, you begin to uncover a deeper story, one that connects to American leadership, economic transitions, coin minting technology, and even rare collector value. Today, we are diving deep into the world of the 1985 P. Liberty One Dime, exploring its history, design, significance, errors, value, and why collectors are paying attention to this seemingly ordinary coin. Let's start by understanding what the 1985 P. Dime actually is. This coin belongs to the Roosevelt Dime series, which replaced the Mercury Dime in 1946. The Roosevelt Dime was introduced to honor President Franklin D. Roosevelt, who played a major role in leading the United States through the Great Depression and World War II. His connection to the March of Dimes campaign, which focused on fighting polio, made him a perfect choice for the dime design. By 1985, this design had already been in circulation for nearly 4 decades, making it a familiar and trusted coin in everyday American life. The P mint mark on the 1985 dime indicates that it was minted in Philadelphia, one of the oldest and most important mint facilities in the United States. Interestingly, Philadelphia coins did not always carry a mint mark. It wasn't until 1980 that the P mint mark began appearing on dimes, making the 1985 P dime part of a relatively newer tradition at that time. This small letter adds an extra layer of identification and importance for collectors who track coins based on their mint origins. Now, let's talk about the design. On the obverse or front side of the coin, you'll see the portrait of Franklin D. Roosevelt facing left. His profile is strong and dignified, representing leadership and resilience. Around the portrait, you'll find the word liberty, which is a powerful symbol of American values. The phrase, "In God We Trust," is also inscribed, reflecting the country's long-standing traditions. The year 1985 is clearly marked, along with a small P mint mark just to the right of Roosevelt's neck. On the reverse side of the coin, the design features a torch in the center, symbolizing liberty. To the left of the torch is an olive branch, representing peace, and to the right is an oak branch, symbolizing strength and independence. Together, these elements create a balanced message of freedom, peace, and resilience, core ideals of the United States. The words United States of America and One Dime are also inscribed, along with the motto E Pluribus Unum, meaning out of many one. Now, let's dive into the composition of the 1985 P dime. Unlike older dimes that were made primarily of silver, this coin is composed of a clad metal mixture. Specifically, it consists of a copper core with outer layers of nickel. This change in composition began in 1965 due to rising silver prices, which made it too expensive to continue producing coins with high silver content. By 1985, clad coins had become the standard, making the 1985 P dime part of the modern coinage era. In terms of mintage, the 1985 P dime had a very high production number. Hundreds of millions of these coins were struck, meaning they are quite common in circulation. However, this doesn't mean they are all equal in value. While most 1985 P dimes are worth only their face value of 10 cents, certain factors can make specific coins much more valuable to collectors. One of the most important factors is condition. Coins are graded on a scale that ranges from heavily worn to perfect mint condition. A 1985 P dime in circulated condition might not attract much attention, but one that has been preserved in uncirculated or mint state condition can be worth significantly more. Coins with a high grade, such as MS-65 or higher, are especially desirable because they show minimal signs of wear and retain their original luster. Another factor that can increase the value of a 1985 P dime is the presence of errors. Mint errors are mistakes that occur during the coin production process, and they can turn an ordinary coin into a rare and valuable collectible. Some common types of errors include off-center strikes, double dies, clip planchets, and die cracks. If you happen to find a 1985 P dime with noticeable error, it could be worth far more than 10 cents, sometimes even hundreds of dollars, depending on the rarity and visibility of the error. Collectors also pay attention to proof coins. While most 1985 P dimes were made for circulation, special proof versions were produced for collectors. These coins are struck with higher precision and feature a mirror-like finish. Although proof coins from 1985 were typically minted in San Francisco and carry an S mint mark, collectors often compare them to Philadelphia coins to evaluate differences in quality and detail. Now, let's talk about how to identify a valuable 1985 P dime. First, examine the coin closely under good lighting. Look for sharp details in Roosevelt's hair and facial features. Check the edges for any unusual markings or irregularities. Next, inspect the reverse side to see if the torch and branches are clearly defined. A coin with strong, crisp details is more likely to be in higher condition and therefore more valuable. You should also consider using a magnifying glass or a coin loop to detect small errors or doubling in the design. Even minor differences can make a big impact in the world of coin collecting. If you believe you've found a rare or valuable coin, it might be worth having professionally graded by a reputable coin grading service. This can provide an official assessment of the coin's condition and authenticity, which can significantly increase its market value. Another interesting aspect of the 1985 P dime is its role in everyday American life during the mid-1980s. This was a time of economic growth and technological advancement in the United States. Coins like the 1985 P dime were used in vending machines, public transportation, and daily transactions. They were part of the rhythm of everyday life, quietly supporting the economy while carrying symbolic meaning through their design. For many collectors, the appeal of the 1985 P dime lies not just in its potential value, but in its accessibility. Unlike rare coins that are difficult to find, this dime can still be discovered in circulation or step loss when we talk about modern American coinage. One small coin that often gets overlooked yet holds fascinating history and collector interest is the 1990 P Liberty Dime, officially known as the Roosevelt Dime, produced by the United States Mint. This coin, minted in Philadelphia and marked with a P mint mark, represents not only a continuation of a long-standing design, but also a piece of American heritage that connects everyday currency with history, art, and even investment potential. The story of the 1990 P dime begins with the legacy of Franklin D. Roosevelt, whose portrait has appeared on the dime since 1946, following his leadership during the Great Depression and World War II, as well as his strong association with the March of Dimes campaign, which aimed to combat polio. By 1990, the Roosevelt Dime had already been in circulation for over 4 decades, and its design remained largely unchanged, reflecting stability and tradition in U.S. coinage. The obverse of the 1990 P dime features a left-facing portrait of Franklin D. Roosevelt, designed by engraver John R. Sinek, whose initials JS can be found near the truncation of Roosevelt's neck. Surrounding the portrait are the inscriptions Liberty, In God We Trust, and the year 1990, which together reinforce the values and identity of the United States. On the reverse side, the coin displays a torch at the center, symbolizing liberty, flanked by an olive branch representing peace and an oak branch representing strength and independence. The words United States of America and One Dime are inscribed around the design, along with the motto E Pluribus Unum, meaning out of many one, which reflects the unity of the nation. The 1990 P dime is composed of a clad composition, meaning it is made of a copper core sandwiched between layers of nickel, giving a silvery appearance while maintaining durability and cost-effectiveness. This composition has been standard for dimes since 1965, when rising silver prices led to the removal of silver from circulating coinage. The coin weighs approximately 2.27 grams and has a diameter of 17.91 millimeters, with a reeded edge that not only adds to its aesthetic appeal, but also historically served as a deterrent against coin clipping. In terms of mintage, the 1990 P dime was produced in large quantities, with hundreds of millions of coins struck at the Philadelphia Mint. Because of this high mintage, the coin is generally considered common and is still frequently found in circulation today. However, despite its common status, collectors often seek out high-grade examples, particularly those in uncirculated condition with full details and strong luster. Coins graded MS-65 or higher by professional grading services can carry a premium, especially if they exhibit exceptional strike quality and minimal imperfections. One of the most interesting aspects of the 1990 P dime lies in the possibility of mint errors and varieties, which can significantly increase a coin's value. Errors such as off-center strikes, double dies, or clipped planchets are rare but highly desirable among collectors. For example, a double die error occurs when the coin is struck by a misaligned die, resulting in a noticeable doubling of the design elements, particularly in the lettering. These error coins can fetch prices far above their face value, making them exciting finds for those who carefully examine their pocket change. Another factor that adds to the appeal of the 1990 P dime is its role in coin collecting as an entry point for beginners. Because the coin is widely available and affordable, it allows new collectors to learn about grading, mint marks, and the history of U.S. coinage without requiring a significant financial investment. At the same time, more experienced collectors may pursue complete sets of Roosevelt dimes, including all dates and mint marks, as well as special varieties and proof coins. Speaking of proof coins, while the 1990 P dime itself is a circulation strike, proof versions of the 1990 dime were also produced at the San Francisco Mint, bearing the S mint mark. These proof coins are struck with specially prepared dies and polished planchets, resulting in a mirror-like finish and sharp details that make them highly attractive to collectors. Although proof coins are not intended for circulation, they play an important role in the overall series and are often included in annual proof sets issued by the United States Mint. The value of a 1990 P dime largely depends on its condition and any unique characteristics it may possess. In circulated condition, the coin is typically worth its face value of 10 cents, as it remains abundant and widely used. However, uncirculated examples can range in value from a few cents to several dollars, depending on their grade. Coins with exceptional quality or rare errors can command significantly higher prices, sometimes reaching into the hundreds of dollars at auction. For collectors and enthusiasts, preserving condition of a 1990 P dime is crucial. Proper storage techniques, such as keeping coins in protective holders or albums, can help prevent damage from environmental factors like moisture, air, and handling. Cleaning coins is generally discouraged, as it can reduce their value by removing the natural patina and causing scratches. Instead, collectors are advised to handle coins carefully, preferably by the edges, and to store them in a stable environment. The historical context of the 1990 P dime also adds depth to its significance. The year 1990 marked a period of economic and political change in the United States and around the world, with the end of the Cold War and the beginning of a new global era. While the dime itself may seem like a small and ordinary object, it serves as a tangible reminder of the time in which it was produced, connecting us to the broader story of history. In conclusion, the 1990 P Liberty Dime may not be the rarest or most valuable coin in the world, but it holds a unique place in the hearts of collectors and in the history of American coinage. Its enduring design, connection to Franklin D. Roosevelt, and accessibility make it an ideal coin for both beginners and experienced numismatists. Whether you are searching for rare errors, building a complete collection, or simply appreciating the artistry and history of coins, the 1990 P dime offers something for everyone. So next time you come across a dime in your pocket, take a closer look You might just be holding a small piece of history that tells a much larger story.